On the week of June 20th, 2024, Frosty Frosted was free in the Not-So-Epic Game Store. But hey, who doesn't like free games? Frosty Frosted is a casual puzzle game that revolves around building donut factories with conveyor belts that take donuts from one end to another. Now, full disclosure, I'm not the biggest fan of puzzle games. In fact, I tend to outright avoid puzzle games for the most part, and that's why I'm the perfect person to review this game. Jokes aside, Frosty Frosted ended up being more pleasant of an experience than I first expected. So, without any further ado, let's dive right into it.
It can be so hard to sort out my mind.
We start off with the narrator, who's lying down in the field staring up at the clouds. All of a sudden, poof, we now have a flying donut factory in the sky, because why not? She's going to be with you throughout the entire game.
I wonder which donut goes where. I wish they would all go straight into my mouth.
That is, unless you turn her off. Also, yeah, simple. We'll see about that. The gameplay and mechanics are pretty straightforward. You build conveyor belts that start from the oven and lead them towards the delivery counter. Connect them together, click play, and watch as the factory runs itself. That is, if you did it correctly.
Oh hey, the factory is jammed.
It kinda reminds me of those old tycoon games you play in Roblox all those years ago. As you progress through the levels, the game will slowly introduce more mechanics such as toppings like frosting, sprinkles, whipped cream, and cherries, which have to be added in a certain order on top of each other. While it's relatively easy and simple at the beginning, things can start to get complicated really quickly.
Oh goodness, that's a lot of stuff.
What in the actual fuck? Let's talk about the art style for a second. Frosty Frosted has a very simplistic but colorful design. It makes me think about those food erasers you'd buy from Target or Michaels, then try eating them only to promptly throw it back up, because they're not edible. No? Just me? Anyway, the details of the donuts as they travel along the conveyor belts do look quite aesthetically pleasing. The art style kinda reminds me of Overcooked. I'm actively getting diabetes in real time just staring at the screen right now. I haven't even mentioned that when you click play, the factory moves to the beat of the music, which ramps up as soon as the donuts start traveling. It's weirdly exciting, which to me is a good thing. I also may or may not have caught myself dancing to the beat on a few occasions.
Yay!
The levels are divided into boxes, with a dozen donuts representing the puzzles. There are 12 boxes, totaling up to 144 levels. It's a pretty neat and creative way to show the game's progression, each box having a different theme and kind of donut, most of them being based around seasons or time of day. Overall, Frosty Frosted is a simple puzzle game that has a sweet and cozy atmosphere to it. I can see it as a nice game to come back to after a day of work to relax and unwind while staring at donuts flying across the screen. I'm not exactly much of a puzzle person, but even I ended up sinking a few hours into the game before finally shelving it. If you ask me, it's definitely worth a try, especially if you got it for free. If not, maybe wait for a sale, unless you really want to shell out $10 for some digital donuts. All the more power to you. If you like what you saw, consider giving a like and subscribing. Every little bit helps. That's it from me. I'll see you around.